Welcome into the Oklahoman's video studio. It's Thursday, June 22nd. Time for our weekly update with the Oklahoma City Dodgers and the voice of the Dodgers. He heads up communications and marketing, does it all. Alex Freedman, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City.
Thank you.
Coming off a road trip where you're at Colorado Springs. We'll chat about that here in just a second. Various promotions coming up in this homestand and then in July throughout those homestands. So a lot to get into. Coming off a 4-3 loss to Colorado Springs at Colorado Springs, the man on third base, right?
Yeah, let the time run on at third base in both the 8th and 9th innings. Kind of a tough way to end a tough series in which, Dodgers went into it, a big series, only 2 out of first place against the first place Sky Sox. It's a team they've had trouble with all year and lost 6 of 8 at home. Okay, figured, all right, well, maybe you can get it back going on the road now. And came out, dominated that first game and thinking, well, all you need to do is split the final 2 to come away with just coming back out, just one game back in the standings. But lost all 3, unfortunately. A team that had been red hot at the plate kind of had a bad time to go a bit cool. So 4 out, but we're halfway through the season. So not out of it by any means.
Nope.
But certainly things will be a little bit more difficult. But, as I like to say, the only way to solve everything is to keep winning. So we'll see if they can turn it around today.
Dodgers have been about a 500 team all year, 5 games over 500 at this point.
Yeah.
And they play well on the road.
Yeah, they tend to, and it's funny, I was sitting in this chair last week. They're in the midst of a 6-game winning streak, and I said the thing that's really kind of stopped them from getting well above 500 is not having kind of a corresponding down period after that. And sure enough, in the 6 games since I sat here last week, they've lost 5 of them. So really it's just a net of 1 game over 500 in that 12-game stretch.
Interesting. We're talking about Colorado Springs, who's been kind of the dominant team this year in the PCL. I guess the announcement came out that after 30 years of baseball, AAA will not have a team in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, and I'll give them a lot of credit because although this had been rumored for a long time, we were there and I had no inkling that this was an imminent announcement that came out yesterday, like the day we left, that in 2019 they are going to become a short season team which begins play in June. It'll become part of the Rookie League Pioneer Pioneer League, and the AAA team will be now in San Antonio. So currently a AA team there, but it will have a AAA. It's not 100% yet.
They have to still build a stadium or something, right?
Well, as of now, the plan is to begin at Wolf Stadium, which is their current stadium, but they are very positive that now that a AAA team has committed to go there, that will help get really the wheels in motion to build that new stadium in San Antonio. It's been approved by the board of directors in the PCL, but again, it's not 100% official. There's still some proverbial I's to dot and T's to cross and all that stuff, but it is looking like come 2019, Colorado Springs will no longer be a AAA team. It will not be in the Pacific Coast League anymore, and San Antonio will be in the Pacific Coast League instead.
Travel-wise, that's probably not too
it's
bad
great.
for you.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. It's great, especially because, Round Rock is hour and a half from there. That'll make an easy, trip for teams to be able to hit both. And for us, too, I mean, that's now another bus trip as opposed to having to fly. What we do when we go to Colorado Springs, you fly to Denver and then you bus to Colorado Springs.
That's just an added. When you have those extra legs of things you have to do, that just adds the wear and tear.
And I think the average person to understand that they think, oh, a bus trip, that's got to be bad. Well, I'd rather spend, 7 hours overnight on a bus than wake up early, fly to X location, and then have a game that night.
Yep. Well, as we mentioned, the Dodgers are back home, and as we tape this on Thursday, June 22nd, you have some business to conclude tonight at the stadium from the previous game.
Yeah, unique circumstances. Back on April the 21st, we were playing Nashville. It was the final game of a series, and some lights went out behind home plate. And they tried as hard as they could to resolve it, but it had been raining, a lot, not only all day, but throughout the week, and I think that had a little bit to do with it. Great job by the electricians who came out and got everything ready for the next day, but the problem was Nashville was already out of town. So the game had to be suspended, and this is the first time we played them since, so it's been lingering for about 2 months. So we pick up where we leave off. It's a 1-1 tie in the 8th inning. Nashville has a runner at first base. There's nobody out. The count is at 2-2 on the current batter. And we'll play the resumption of that game, complete it, and then the regular scheduled game will follow after that. So first pitch of the suspended game will begin at 5:35 p.m. Gates will open at 5 o'clock, and then the regularly scheduled game will begin at either 7:05 or 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first game. If it's 7:05, we will start no earlier than 7:05 for that regular game. Great thing about this is that it falls on a Thursday. It's a $2 Thursday with $2 beer, sodas, and waters on sale, so you get some bonus $2 Thursday time.
Nothing wrong with that. Educate me on how this works with the roster. You say there's a man on base. Well, these teams, this was an April game. I'm guessing the rosters have changed. So how does that work?
It's funny you bring that up because due up to lead the bottom of the 8th off for the Dodgers is Cody Bellinger.
Of course. Of course.
So we're joking that, he's flying back to Oklahoma City. So anyone who, I think, the managers, if you're still on the roster and you're in that lineup, you don't technically have to play, but then you're going to have to use someone on the bench. Anyone who's currently eligible on the roster is eligible to play in that game, just for, again, the sake of if you've already played in that game, say a pitcher, Jacob Rame, who is a reliever who completed an outing, he can't pitch even though he's currently on our current roster. So if you're on the roster and you have a completed, you've been taken out of the game, you cannot re-enter.
Gotcha.
But those who are still on the roster who did not leave the game can pick up where they left off, and most likely all of which will today.
It's an interesting scenario.
Yeah, it's pretty unique.
You mentioned Cody Bellinger, so let's just talk about that real fast. All-Star balloting is available. You can go to OKCDodgers.com and get in that. And, of course, he's on the ballot.
Yeah, he's still on the ballot, even though he won't be playing in the AAA All-Star game. He'll probably be playing in the Major League All-Star game.
No kidding, he's just mashing these days. Bellinger called up to the Los Angeles Dodgers and just tearing it out.
21 or 22 home runs. I've lost track.
I think he
close
leads
to
the
50
majors.
RBI. I know he leads the majors from the time he got called up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
In both home runs and RBIs. But you can go to OKCDodgers.com or MILB.com. The voting ends at midnight Friday, so tonight, coming up here. It's just part of the process. It's not like the Major League All-Star game that determines who goes. It's just part of the process, the fan vote. But it certainly can't help. We got a lot of great players who are certainly deserving. And again, the deadline for the fan voting coming up really quick.
All right, again, you can find that online. All right, now back to this homestand, which runs through Sunday. You have some socks in front of you.
Yes.
That's part of tomorrow night, Friday night's promotion.
Yes, we do. We have our lovely socks presented by Top Golf here,
Nice.
Which will, this is my 6th year with the team. This is probably the most excited I've ever been about a giveaway before. So we've got the
fantastic socks.
Yes, we've got the socks. They did a really good job with them. First 2,000 fans at the gates tomorrow night will get a pair of these. So that's presented by Top Golf. Really excited about that. And it's also a Fireworks Friday. So that's one of our 4. It's, I believe, the second of our 4 giveaway nights on the season, and like I said, pretty pumped about it.
All right, and again, we should, as we mentioned, Nashville is the team that the Dodgers are playing this weekend. On Saturday, the All-American Blood Drive happens earlier in the day, 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., I believe.
8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., like you said. It'll be going on at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Free parking at the Joe Carter parking lot, which is located behind right field. And they'll have shuttles to take you from the parking lot to the Bloodmobiles, which will actually be on the Mickey Mantle Plaza. If you do live close and want to walk, that's where the Bloodmobiles will be, just for frame of reference. So anyone who donates, you actually should say the first 125 people who donate, you get a choice of 4 different dates to get Dodgers tickets to, including the July 4th game, which is always the most popular game of the season. Even if you're not within those first 125, if you're a first-time donor, period, you get entered into a drawing for an all-inclusive night for 4 people at a game later in the season. So that's another great bonus. Everyone will get a T-shirt, and most importantly, you're just doing a great job. You're doing a great thing for the folks. We have this every summer because in the summer, blood donations tend to dip because folks aren't on their regular schedules. They're on vacation, kids are home, so it kind of gets put on the back burner. But the demand for blood still stays the same. So that's why we always partner with OBI during this time, right in front of 4th of July. And again, the All-American Blood Drive coming up on Saturday.
Homestand concludes Sunday evening, 6:05 is the first pitch there. You're back in town for the 4th of July, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of that week against Iowa.
Yeah, so because it is the final time we play at home before that, which is weird to think about when we leave on Sunday night, that when we come back it's the 4th of July, you don't want to wait to get your tickets. Always the biggest game of the year, always a huge crowd, so our phone lines are always open, 405-218-1000 or OKCDodgers.com. Do not wait to get those July 4th tickets, or the next thing you know, you're going to be shut out.
a Tuesday night, summer baseball, fireworks. That's just America.
Absolutely.
That's good stuff. Speaking of America, how are you at Dodgeball? It's an awkward segue because you have a Dodgeball tournament
coming up later this month, and we've got a few teams registered already. You can go to OKCDodgers.com to sign up for that. So it's the third one we've hosted. Had pretty good turnouts first couple of times. It's actually the first time we've done one in season, although the team will be on the road.
Sure.
So, and the grand prize for that is an all-inclusive suite night for up to 20 people.
Cool.
So it's the team. It's been the same team who's won it both times. So
oh, really? No pressure
I would
there.
guess they're
Get the
coming back
three-peat.
out. I don't know for sure, but I'm sure they'll be pretty tough to beat.
Training. Just picturing the training.
We do it in the outdoor batting cages out in right field. So it's
a good place to do it.
It literally kind of is an enclosed cage, which is kind of like Thunderdome-esque. So it's pretty fun.
All right, the Oklahoma City Dodgers Dodgeball tournament, June 29th, 6 to 9 p.m. at the ballpark. Anything else we need to talk about? I think we've covered our bases literally on upcoming promotions and this homestand.
Yeah, no, just a packed weekend coming up between, like I said, the bonus $2 Thursday today, and again, put that in your mind, about the earlier start today. Of course,
bonus baseball.
One ticket, gets you admission to everything, and then Friday, great sock giveaway plus the fireworks. Saturday, the blood drive, which is before the game, and then Sunday, the family Sunday, like you said. So something going on every single day of these 4 days before the team heads out on the road for another week or so.
More information, schedules, promotion, tickets can be found on their website. There you have it right there, OKCDodgers.com. Alex, welcome back to Oklahoma City. Have a good homestand.
Thank you.